Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, the 28th day of September, National Strawberry Cream Pie Day. National Drink Beer Day. Oh, wow, and it lands on a Saturday. National Good Neighbor Day. Oh, you can hang out with your neighbor and drink beer.
You could.
Fish Tank Floor Show Night. Okay.
What?
I don't know. See You at the Pole Day. I'm going to skip that one. Ask a Stupid Question Day. That's a good one. I could read that for sure. And Gold Lining Day. There's others on there as well. And then the 29th, Sunday, VFW Day. Also National Biscotti Day, which also lands on National Coffee Day and National Mocha Day. National Police Remembrance Day, National Silent Movie Day, and National Starbucks Day. All of that stuff happening on Sunday. It is a busy weekend. And I've got a guest joining me, Kat Timpf. Yeah, the one from Fox News. She's on a couple of different shows there, and she's a stand-up comic, very, very funny lady. And she's the author of several books. Her newest one is out now. It's called I Used to Like You Until. And I'm excited to chat with her all about that coming up.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. With less than 100 days to go until Christmas, it seems like if you haven't started your shopping, you're already behind. A new poll says 1 in 4 people have started their shopping. Have you, Heidi?
Well, we don't really do a whole lot anymore because we do a trip now.
Yeah.
So
They
I don't
say
have as much
mainly
to buy.
The reason that they start early is because they're afraid things are going to sell out. The survey, which was held in the United States, revealed half of us have had problems getting our hands on in-demand presents. 30% have had completely missed out on the item that they were after, and that's why 36% said they've already purchased their, quote, main presents for the adults in their list. What items are most concerned about selling out? Decorations were first, followed by tech products, advent calendars, and the must-have toys. Other shoppers said they started the Christmas shopping early as a way of spreading the costs or simply because they, quote, love Christmas, end quote.
I did buy a Christmas tree.
I was not ready to see this in a store the other day, but I walked in and I saw Christmas stuff already. And I'm like, I'm not ready for that. And then this story pops up. I'm like, well, apparently it's time. There you go. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know the researchers in Michigan say that being a dedicated gym goer might do more for your body than just burning calories? It could actually make your belly fat healthier belly fat. A study found long-term exercise appears to increase your body's ability to store fat more effectively. That means if you do gain weight, you're more likely to store that extra fat in a healthy area, healthy tissue under your skin, rather than in a more dangerous area that squishes your organs.
Yeah, we have a membership that we kind of fell out of over the summer.
We
got to
used it
get back.
3 times.
No, I went quite a bit, but now it's time to get back into
all
it.
right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Donald Glover says the next Star Wars chapter, Lando, is still happening. People online were saying it's not, but he says, no, it is happening. He wanted to let folks know that it's on the way. It doesn't know when, but it's coming out. And a new docuseries from Investigation Discovery follows the rise and fall of Sean Diddy Combs. It's in production. The special from Quiet on the Set, the same producers that did that are working on this. And again, there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know what else is going on there, but I'm sure we're going to probably hear more in the very near future. And Oprah Winfrey will sit down with actress Riley, is it Coe? Is that how you say it? Elvis Presley's granddaughter.
Okay.
for the CBS primetime event and Oprah special, The Presleys, Elvis, Lisa, Marie, and Riley. It'll be the first extensive interview with this young lady about her family since the death of her mother, Lisa Marie Presley, in 2023. So it's going to be airing October 8th on CBS, and it looks like it might actually be kind of an interesting thing to see. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over, I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on RadioSavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at RadioSavings.com. That's RadioSavings.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. A new report claims that women with a bigger backside are likely to live longer than the men who pointed them out. I added that last part. What do you think about that? Does that seem weird to you? That
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with the idea to do the study. Excuse me, man, would you be a part of a study?
I need to measure something.
You didn't need to punch me. And here's a little something to keep in mind as you set your weekend shenanigans in motion here. Many people believe that chugging water after a night of drinking will help you avoid a hangover, but experts, well, they're pouring some cold water on that theory. Using data from 3 studies, researchers in the Netherlands concluded that dehydration is not the sole cause of a hangover. Therefore, drinking water has a limited effect on how you're going to feel the next day. They looked at the hangover symptoms of boozers who drank water before bed versus those who didn't. They found that while people who drank water felt less dehydrated, they experienced the same amount of pain, nausea, and exhaustion the next day as those who did not drink the water.
Hangovers are the worst.
The conclusion, consuming water during or directly after drinking session does not prevent hangovers. Also, drinking water after the hangover has started does nothing to alleviate the symptoms either. So, here is the best advice I can give you.
McDonald's.
No, that's my wife over here. That's her hangover helper. My best advice is don't give yourself a hangover. Yeah. How about you just limit how much you drink? If you drink less, you won't end up with a hangover. And that has worked for me for many, 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 many years. And then you also remember what happened the night before.
Yeah.
And you can go there and watch everybody else do all the silly stuff and just limit. Drink the water then. Have a glass of water between drinks if you want to participate.
That
in
is actually excellent advice.
Yes,
a glass of water between every drink.
Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, John.
It's not what drunk Heidi said. She threw a drink in my face. So. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. We're talking right now with Michael Connelly and Alison Ellwood about the Wonderland Massacre and the secret history of Hollywood. And this is out right now on MGM+. The final episode comes out this weekend, but that just means you can binge the entire thing. So ladies first, we're going to start with Alison. If people missed the beginning of this, can they still catch up somewhere?
Yeah, you can watch all of the episodes. I mean, I would recommend starting with episode 1, because if you start in episode 4, you're going to be like, whoa, what is going on?
That would be a bit odd, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, but you can watch them all on if you have the streaming MGM+.
And Michael Connelly is also on the phone with us here. Michael, you've got a ton of best-selling books out. And what was it that drew you to this particular story as you're working on this project?
Well, it has all the elements of a novel. You know, you have an egregious villain, very hard to get to villain. You got relentless detectives. You got a witness that you don't know whether he's telling the truth or not. He's an unreliable narrator. So it has a lot of the elements that I've been working with for 3 decades in my novels. But before I was a novelist, I was a journalist, and I lived in L.A. in the 80s, and I covered crime. And this was a case that was always changing, always grabbing headlines over the course of multiple decades. And I also lived in the neighborhood where this crime occurred. So for a number of reasons, has been fascinating me for a long time. And the last thing I'll say is that it involved detectives, especially one named Rick Jackson, who I've known for a long time and have used as a model for my fictional detective. And so it was like a magnet that drew me to telling this story.
And when you look at your resume, again, talking about journalist and then novelist and now this as well, but there's also a bunch of movies and television shows and things that you've had a chance to work on. Is there one of those things, if you said I had to pick one, is there one of those things that you would say is like your favorite, Michael?
Well, the Boss TV show is based on the detective I've been writing about for 3+ decades. And so that's a character that's very dear to my heart, and the show really captures the essence of him. The actor, Titus Welliver, is fantastic. It's had a 10-year run, so it's like, how can I not pick that as my favorite project at the moment? But I do like them all. I've been very lucky when it comes to film and TV.
And again, the program that is out, the final episode is this weekend, but we had talked a little bit about if maybe you missed the first 4 episodes, you can stream those. So I encourage people to check that out if you want to see this. And again, where is the best place to go to check that out if I wanted to watch the first few episodes?
It's on MGM Plus.
And then is that the same place that I would go to watch the final episode, MGM Plus, or is there another location as well?
It's all on MGM Plus.
Very nice. And again, it looks, I've not yet had a chance to see it, but I want to check it out. And I will probably watch them all in a row. Is that kind of how people typically do this stuff now, where they'll sit down, they'll just binge the whole darn thing?
Well, this is when you want to binge because you can't believe where it's going, and we have some pretty good cliffhangers at the end of each episode.
Well, I'm excited to check it out. And Michael and Alison, have you guys worked together on other projects as well?
No, this was our first time working together. I was very familiar with Alison's work. This was about a crime that happened in Laurel Canyon, and she directed this wonderful documentary on the music. And I think that's the wonderful side of Laurel Canyon kind of led to this dark side of it. And that's what I don't want to speak for her. So, Alison, why did you get involved with working with me?
Well, like you said, I had just done the Laurel Canyon series, and it was this bucolic, beautiful place where this music's being created. And by 1981, the artists had fled, and the houses were, not all of them, but some had been taken over by, drugs and thieves, and they were drug dens. And it's like it had become the negative image of what the music scene had been about.
Well, again, Wonderland Massacre looks like an amazing program, and I'm excited to check this out. And the final episode comes out this weekend, but then you'll be able to watch all 4 episodes, kind of binge them if you'd like. Like, some of this stuff really happened, right?
Everything happened. This is a documentary, and maybe the confusion is that I'm probably more known as a novelist than I am a journalist.
Yeah.
But this was a story that drew me back to wanting to tell true stories. This is a straight documentary. It's all true, even though it is sometimes more harder to believe than a novel.
And I was going to say, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction, isn't it?
Absolutely. This case is a testament to that.
Well, Michael, Alison, thank you both for your time. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Again, the program is called The Wonderland Massacre and the Secret History of Hollywood. All 4 episodes are out as of this weekend, and you can see the trailer in our show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Professional baseball players have an average visual acuity of 20/12. Much better than 20/20, which is considered good. So most baseball players have really, really, really good vision.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Modern squirrels are almost identical to their ancestors from 35 million years ago. So I'm not sure how we know that, other than maybe we found like an old dead squirrel somewhere. And then we guessed, how old is this? I don't know, 35 million years. It's like the same ones we got now. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Honeybees keep their hives at 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Who's paying that heat bill? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Peaches, avocados, cashews, and bananas are all pollinated by bats.
Ew.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Being hungry causes serotonin levels to drop, causing a whirlwind of uncontrolled emotions like anxiety, stress, anger, and sadness. That is why we get hangry.
Oh.
Yeah, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. 28% of us agree this food instantly makes you feel better. I don't know about that.
Mac and cheese.
We hardly ever have this, by the way. Cake. They say cake instantly makes you feel better.
It's hard to be sad when you're eating cake.
It is.
That's why they have cake at funerals.
Yeah, it probably is. But we hardly ever have cake, and I am not sad. I'm happy most of the time. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference, even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Police looking for a man and a woman who took an empty New York City subway train on a joyride. Surveillance, surveillance photo shows a blue woman.
Blue woman?
I'm reading two things all together here. The NYPD shows a woman dressed in all pink, including a pink shower cap, and a man in a blue tank top.
Okay.
They boarded an unoccupied train at the Briarwood station in Queens just after midnight, September 12th. Somehow got it running, but not for long. They crashed into another parked train. Then they took off. No word on how much damage they caused, and no clue on how they knew how to make the thing go like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's just odd. Let's not joyride on the subway trains, okay, kids? Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Funniest tweets of the week from women. I haven't done this in a while, so I got a whole pile of them here. I'm gonna use all of them in the show notes. You can read them all there if you'd like. Like this. Has anyone ever figured out how to leave home without spending $40? My 9-year-old on holding a new baby. She's so cute, the size of 4 rats.
4 rats. That's adorable.
I love it. Wow, cats have a heck of an election season, huh? So because all the stuff going on about there's the cat lady thing, and then they're eating dogs, they're eating cats. What else do we have? Funniest tweets of the week from women. We'll do one more. So funny when celebrities cheat and release a statement like, please be considerate of my family. And I'm like, buddy, it seems as though you started it. So,
yeah, I mean, all of a sudden now you're concerned about your family.
How they might feel. Funniest tweets of the week from women. I've got that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis by allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from Molly Weiss, who says, plot twist is the best way to move forward when something goes wrong in life. So that's a good idea. So when something goes wrong and you know that that's not going to go well, plot twist, time to just change.
Twist.
And just do that in your mind and move on. I would like to do that in the middle of a conversation sometime.
You do.
I think I'm going
all
to.
the time.
In the middle
you
of a
just
conversation
don't say that.
that's not going well. Plot twist. Have you seen the movie about...
Oh my gosh, your conversations. And I all the time have to say, John, you were talking about this. Let's go back to this.
She tries to get me back on track.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I changed the subject. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And our story, a couple who planned separate marriage proposals to each other both got down on a knee at the same time.
Oh, that's
Have
funny.
you seen this video?
No.
It is so adorable. So Rachel Huntermark had been planning months to propose to her partner, Rashad Polk, at a Modest Mouse concert after sharing their first kiss at a show by the same act back in 2021. So in June, they headed to the gig with Rachel's 16-year-old daughter, Jasmine. Rachel had a ring in her pocket with no idea that Rashad had the same exact plan. Both confided in Jasmine what they were going to do, but the teen managed to keep this secret.
Oh, that's adorable.
The Baltimore mom dropped to one knee first, and then Rashad burst into laughter before doing the same, all while Jasmine caught the heartwarming moment on camera. According to Rachel, we were so shocked at what happened that neither of us thought to actually say yes.
Oh, that's funny.
I love that. There's so many fun, like, what are those, engagement stories? And then we got like a horrible engagement story. Because
You proposed the night before our wedding.
well, officially, but on New Year's Eve in 1999, New Year's Eve, it was the Y2K. You guys remember that? When we thought everything was going to go wrong and we're like, oh no,
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things, we were doing music for an event, and I had the guy in charge of the event turn the power off. It's like, we're going to do a countdown, and at midnight, turn off the power. I'm going to get my lights over here. And we made it go dark, and everybody was like, oh, no, something did happen. But nothing happened. It was all good. And then that's when I told Heidi over here, we smooched at midnight, and I said, 2000. Like, that would be a good year to get married. We'd always know how many years we're married. And I said, you should start planning that. But I didn't ask her to marry me.
It wasn't a proposal till the
So
night
she's like-
before the wedding.
Yeah, but only because you're like, hey, people asked about your proposal, wondering how you did it, and you never did. You just assumed. So, yeah, I don't have a good proposal story. So I'm glad they've got one. It's nice. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.